Hi. Just got a question about how I prepare my oats. It comes from a video that I made the other day and some comments that are on one of the Facebook pages. So I thought I'd go through how I go about making oats. So what have I got? So I've got 100 grams of oats. Now this is just rolled oats. I don't use the cut oats because cut oats have a higher glycemic index and this has a lower glycemic index. So if you're going to eat oats, I'd recommend that you don't use quick oats. Use traditional old school oats. They're going to digest, they're going to go through your system a lot better, and they're not going to spike your blood glucose like cut oats will do, or the quick oats. Okay, so that's about 100 grams of oats there. I like mixing other types of grains, so I have this is barley, rolled barley, but I can put any sort of grain in here. This is about 30 grams of barley that I got here, so this is just rolled barley. There's nothing particularly special about that. I like to keep things as whole as possible. And then I have here, I have some sultanas. These are organic sultanas. I buy these at Aldi. That's about 100 grams of sultanas. Pussycats wanting to know what I'm doing. And then of course you have to have a bowl, a big enough bowl to put all your finished product in. Of course you need some water, and you can top it off with something like almond milk or any other sort of vegan style milk that you want, and sweeten it up if you want with some either coconut sugar. I prefer these sorts of unrefined cane sugars. They're very dark, they're very juicy, and they're very flavoursome. They're not particularly sweet. They're sweet, but they're not as sweet as sort of refined sugar. So that's what I'm going to do here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw all this into a bowl. Okay, so you put in enough water so that it's sort of just sort of a nice consistency, so it's sort of just floating around and everything's okay. So that's okay. So at this point in time, a lot of people would either put this in the oven and they'd end up with a very sort of separated oats mass, or they might put this in a microwave type bowl and put this in the microwave and cook it in the microwave. Those result, the grains will be quite separated, whereas the type of oat that I'm making is going to be a much more solid oat. So I'll put the stove on quite high for the moment because I just want to get this going, and but I'm going to turn it down once it sort of gets heated up. So what I'll do is I'll just put the lid on it, just let it heat up. Once the pot becomes hot to the touch, then I'll take the temperature down and then I'll start stirring. And one thing that I forgot to do is add my my barley flakes. Sorry, so I'll put those barley flakes in there and also give that a bit of a mix in as well while we're waiting for it to heat up. Put that back on, waiting for this to feel hot. Okay, now the pot's starting to warm up and I can hear some activity in the pot, so I'm just going to turn this down to a lowish heat. It's much more than hot enough for my purposes now, and we want to now stir this. One of the big problems with making oats is people tend to burn the bottom of the pot because the temperatures are too high. So what I want to do now is I want to stir this and keep it moving, because I want to cream it up. I want this to get quite creamy, and also I want it to get a little bit more solid. I really want to work the starches and the proteins up, and get it thickened up a bit. So I'll know when it's looking good when I make a path through it and it doesn't slide back too quickly. This is already starting to look quite good. Okay, so just mix this up. Now the more we do this, the more solid it's going to become. So just keep on going. Not too long now. It's actually looking quite good. So now what we'll do is we'll throw in, while there's still a bit more moisture in here, we'll throw in the dry fruit. In this case I've got about 100 grams of sultanas. I'll just mix those in there and let them absorb some of the moisture. Now if you feel that this isn't cooked enough or it's too dry, you can always You can always add some more water, but if you do add water, just add a little bit at a time and just sort of loosen it up. Don't add too much water, otherwise it'll just make it a little bit difficult, but you can just add a little bit of water and just make it a little bit more looser. And this is all looking pretty good. So we just let that sit for a moment. And that's all looking really good now. So if I put a path through there, you can sort of see I have the Moses parting of the Oats sea. That's looking good. Comes back just fast enough to catch those rascally Egyptians. Okay, so that's all looking good. So that's pretty much done. So what I'll do now is I'm going to turn up the heat and I'm going to put the lid back on, and I'm just going to let it sit there with the residual heat while I get everything else prepared. Okay, it's been sitting long enough now, so I've washed up while I was waiting, because I'm a wash as you go type person. So now I've got another spoon for serving, and I've also got myself a spatula to make sure that I get every little bit of oats out of the pot. And this has been sitting there. This is all looking pretty good. So now I'm going to just give it one last stir, make sure that nothing's sticking, that to the bottom of the pot, and that I'm not burning anything, which of course I shouldn't be if I've done this correctly, which I have. And there's my oats. Now, Uno bowl, and let's get this in there. As you can see, 100 grams of oats and get in there, and 100 grams of sultanas makes up a reasonably large meal. Okay, and because I'm a waste not want top type of guy, in goes the spatula, and let's get it all. Okay, not too bad. Put that in the sink to soak. Just make sure that nothing hardens up there. Scrape out that. Okay, so as I said before, you can put in whatever milk that you want, vegan style milk, and sugar. You can either use coconut sugar, or in my case I'm going to use this Musco sugar. It's an unrefined brown sugar. So I'll put back the coconut sugar. Okay, so that's basically it. So what we'll do is we'll just add some milk, and then we'll add some sugar. As you can see, it's like brown sugar, but it's quite thick and solid. You can make a fair bit of that if you like. That's basically it. Pop that away, and let's eat. Okay, let's eat. That was great. So it's pretty easy to make oats. It's just really just some water and some oat grains, rolled oat grains. You can start with a 2-to-1 ratio, so 2 parts of water to 1 part of oats, and start from there. You can always add more water, and if you want to get rid of water, just let it cook a little bit longer. If you want it to be a more solid, creamier porridge, then you need to stir it. If you want it to be a more looser grained porridge, where the items are separated, then don't stir it. Just let it sit. You can either use residual boiling water to cook it, or you can put it in a microwave or put it in a pot in the oven. Always cook your oats on low heat. Don't do it in high heat. A lot of people make a big mistake by putting the pot on the oven or stove, whacking up the heat, putting the oats in there, and then wondering why the bottom of their pot's burnt. Low heat. Always low heat. Okay? It doesn't take that long to do it. 15 minutes and you've got a great bowl of porridge. You can add other types of grains and other types of fruits. I prefer using dry fruits in my porridge, but other people like putting fresh fruits. About the only fresh fruit that I'd put into my porridge would be a banana or bananas, but other people put other sorts of berries and things like that in there. There's nothing wrong with that. I just have a preference for dried ones, mainly because dried ones don't sort of disintegrate and get mashed up in the process. And then top it with whatever vegan style milk that you want, and whatever sugars that you want, that you need to add extra sweetness. So that's basically it. A really simple way of doing oats. It's not a big deal. Take care. See you in the next video. And by the way, if you're enjoying these videos and you want to stay in touch, please subscribe. And for those people that have already subscribed, we really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And if you've got any comments or questions, please post them down below. I'll talk to you later. Bye.